Hey, what an exciting day it's going to be this morning as we get set up for the BBGR Innovative Communication Skills webinar. I'm all set up, got my water. All right. Notepad. The thing about webinars is that do you sit, do you stand? If it's an hour and a half long webinar, what's the best position to get in? For me, whenever I do workshops, I've always found myself to be full of energy, and I pick up that vibe and that energy from the people that are in the audience. And so with a webinar, you're all by yourself. You can't even, and especially if you are the one doing it, you can't even see who's logged in and so forth because you focused on your presentation. So for me to get that energy and be full of life and just connect with the people, I prefer doing my webinar standing, because when I'm standing, it gives me the feeling as if I'm in a training room or an auditorium with thousands and thousands of people. And so I'm excited this morning that we set the tone on the first webinar when we did consumer analytics. And so with this one, it's on innovative communication skills. So people are already expectant. As I'm logged in right now, and I'm seeing that we've got multiple participants who have already joined in, and we're already 30 minutes before the webinar actually starts. So I've got two screens up. This is where I do my presentation, and this is literally where I'm following for in case I need to remember something and that I'm forgetting about the presentation. And I've got my notebook here, very, very important, because people are going to ask questions. Someone says something during the webinar that makes me think of something else. So my notebook helps me to just jot down something that I'm thinking of in the spur of the moment. I struggle with presentations because whenever I do presentations, I will prepare this 40-page or 40-slide deck presentations thing. But the challenge then comes with the questions that people ask right at the beginning, or the feeling that I'm getting that people actually want this content as opposed to the next content, leads the presentation in a different direction. And so you find that there's been a lot of times where we actually not even talking about that which I prepared. And so it's very, very important for me to research a lot of topics whenever I'm doing a particular topic, because we could be doing innovative communication skills like this morning, right? And then the audience are asking questions about how do you go about communicating with Ndayiswa Shabalala? How do you go about communicating with Meniel van der Merwe, who is a high-income earner, frustrated about the current challenges in South Africa, walking into a practice with only black staff? How do you deal with a high-incoming Mrs. Mokoni, who comes into that optometry practice and is not being received well? So there's so many multiple avenues that or direction that the presentation can go in. I've got the banner ready. This banner, the story behind this banner is very, very important. I was going to a conference and I wanted something that can stand out, something that I can constantly use. And I've had this banner for a couple of years now. And it has really, really helped me that wherever I go, I just pull up this banner and it represents what we stand for. So on my right here, you've got exactly why we do what we do. And it's very, very important for people to constantly see that, even in the midst of these webinars that we're doing, because that represents what I want people to live with whenever they're listening to us speak. And so we are excited. We're doing a double shift this morning. We're doing a shift now on those people that have made time available to subscribe to the webinar in the morning. And then in the afternoon, we do a repeat section. So this is just me. This is how I get ready. So never mind me. This is just my flow. I'm getting that flow going, probably the tone changes. I speak slower. I don't have this going on all the time. So this is just to get my energy going. It's very, very cold outside, and so I'm cold. I'm not sure do I need to wear a tie or not, but we're excited. Let's do this. This is the future of IK. Let's go.